Well, good evening, everybody, and hello to anybody who's watching this as a recording. Well, we're coming to the end of an absolutely wonderful day of presentations at the 2025 edition of the A4Q Testing Summit. I'm very pleased to have with me Mariam Abdellatif, who is from Sogeti Deutschland GmbH, so Sogeti Germany. Mariam, you're going to be talking to us about Selenium, and I know that you've got a lot of really good information here. Quick note to anybody who is tuning in, please pop your comments into the comments box. If Mariam can't answer them immediately, then we'll find a way to get them to her and come back to you. And also, please remember that we also have our poll for the best presentation, best speaker of the conference, and you can vote for Mariam on her profile on the A4Q Testing Summit page. And I'll remind you again at the end of the presentation. Mariam, I'm going to hand over to you and have a great session. See you in a moment.
Thank you very much, Devi, and thanks for introducing me. Good evening, everybody. I've been holding this course for several years now, the Selenium as a test automation tool, and I've been asking myself, why do really still or keep using this tool? Why do you still using Selenium while in market or in usage we have so many other modern tools with new features with some interesting things. We have also AI in market. That's the everybody talks now. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the ugly truth about Selenium as a tool for test automation and some unrealistic expectations that we might face during the projects and risks and challenges. And yeah, I'm not gonna disappoint you so much. I'm gonna also talk about some solutions. So let's get started. This is here my agenda for you, what I've planned for today or for the session here. Simply, I'm gonna talk about some features, some benefits of Selenium, and also starting from number 4, that's my main topic. And just like DB has introduced me, I'm Mariam Abdellatif, working for Sogeti Deutschland GmbH. It's a part of Capgemini as a worldwide leading company in offering so many services in quality assurance and test engineering. I have like around 10 years experience in implementing Selenium as a tool for test automation among my trainings and also in several projects. And I'm currently one of the core team member of Sogeti Academy. So guys, if you are interested in joining any of our trainings, you may I have attached here for you this QR code on the bottom. So you may scan it and ask for any of our trainings. Okay, let's go get started directly with the topic here. What is Selenium as a tool? Maybe it's also somehow very well known tool. I don't really need to talk about so much. It's an open source framework. So it's created since 2004 by Jason Huggins at ThoughtWorks, and it was first written in JavaScript and then it has been enhanced in several languages so that might support here, so multiple languages support, and supports also browser automation against so many browsers. So it supports cross-browser testing. Under Selenium, we have so many tools, like 3 tools in market or in usage. Selenium IDE, it's an add-on that you can simply install it or add it to your browser, and it will enable you to perform capture and playback or record and playback. We have also Selenium WebDriver, which includes a powerful API framework for browser test automation, and Selenium Grid, which would help you in distributing test execution across multiple environments in parallel. Okay, what are then most known benefits of Selenium as a tool for test automation? It's cost effective since it's free and it has no license free fees. It's flexible to be used, like I've told you before. It supports so many programming languages. So if in any project the most joining engineers are enhancing Java or Python or any other programming language, so they can easily use this tool or this programming language. It supports also cross-browser testing, and it's very well-known tool. So it supports strong. It's being supported by strong community. It has extensive documentation and supports resources. And even if you ask any AI tool about any feature or method in Selenium, that might help you a lot, because tools are mostly counting on texts distributed or published in open pages. And also it's an integration-friendly tool because it can easily integrate with CI and CD pipelines and works with multiple testing frameworks like GUnit 5 if you are using Java, or is it also TestNG, and also PyTest if you're using Python as a programming language. And I'm gonna tell you about this point here. Just keep it in mind because I think this is somehow a benefit and also a challenge or a risk. Um, yeah, let me remember this in the next relevant slides. And in the next slides here, I'm gonna talk about new features of Selenium 4. Maybe if people are following Selenium or using Selenium, maybe had also known the idea that this tool has now a great new version since 2023 with new interesting features. I'm not gonna mention all of them. Simply the most features that might be used by the majority of projects using Selenium. The first feature here of Selenium 4 improved grid architecture. So previously in the old versions, if you're gonna distribute all your test cases among different nodes, those nodes have been included among a Docker container. But still, you need to interact with these nodes here using this central hub. And the hub is not contained or included among the Docker containers, though we might face here so many stability problems. And with the new version of Selenium 4, this hub is now included among the Docker container, which enables the teams to execute the test cases with more stability, or might struggle a lot with communication between the hub and the different nodes. Excuse me. Another point here, which is also I found really interesting, the relative locators. And simply, if you'd like to locate any element, let's assume this is here the website that you would like to interact with using Selenium. So simply, if you would like to locate any of these elements, like a male ready button or female ready button, or any of these text fields, first name, last name, or email, what would you do? First, you need to inspect these elements in the back end or in the background in the HTML document and check how this element is located or defined. Simply, I go back to the HTML document and see, for example, that male ready button is defined with this ID attribute, so I can directly use it in my code. So this is here a simple code defining or locating this element, male ready button, as a variable, and then locate the element using its ID. Yeah, that's the simple way, or the standard way how to locate the element. But what is new now with the relative locators? The relative locators enables you to locate other elements or relative elements using or counting on the existing elements that you have already defined previously. Yeah, simply you have to look at the website you're interacting with. Where is this relative element is locating? Is it on the right side, on the left side, below, above, near? Where is it exactly? And you can easily, for example, radio button female, can find it this way. All I have to do here, I have to check where it is, what is the position of this female radio button. It's on the right of the male radio button. So I've used here locate with method to right of male radio button. All I had to do here, not checking the ID or whatever, anything, the female radio button had it here only a tag name. I counted only on the tag name input. And I used the variable male ready button, which is already existing in my code, and I reuse it again. So that would help a lot in finding the other elements in a quicker way. I found this feature actually really interesting. Another feature here is new. How the API or the WebDriver APIs is now programmed or defined. Previously, in the older versions of WebDrivers, that they have been written in JSON wire protocol or over HTTP. And this is completely different from how the browsers are being defined. And then in the new version, the APIs are being now defined with W3C protocol, which is actually the same way how the browsers are defined. So that would enable us to, or give us the chance to have more reliable cross-browser testing because they are communicating in the same language or the same art in the same way. Um, Last thing here, enhanced window or tab management. For any reason, if you're gonna execute a test case which will count on or opening several browsers. Previously, we had to use a JavaScript method, even if your whole framework is built based on Python or any other language. You needed to add some JavaScript methods or special methods that would enable you to communicate with different windows or browsers or tabs. And here with Selenium 4, we have the ability to communicate with other browsers using a native method distribute among all programming languages. So you don't have to use JavaScript methods. It's already now enhanced in the libraries of different programming languages. All right, that's here the bright side of this tool, the benefits, the new features, the new beautiful things. How about the unrealistic expectations? What's the ugly truth? What's the facts that would disappoint the most of people using this tool here? Let me list some of them. They are really hilarious, but yeah, simply we meet people who are thinking this way. Some of managers of or project leads might think that Selenium would enable us to cover 100% of all test cases or automate all of our tests. Actually, this is not doable, even if we use other tools, not only Selenium. Manual testing is irreplaceable. We cannot automate everything. Some tests also might require human or visual verification. 100% coverage for all types of web elements. Actually, also, this is not doable. Even if Selenium WebDriver or Selenium as a tool for test automation is mainly focused on browser testing, actually, not all web elements can be covered. Why? Because some features, some objects or controls are actually designed or developed to be only handled by human beings, not by robots. Yeah, like CAPTCHA, or also some other features like video streaming controls, the play button, pause button, and so on. We need then extra or special methods to interact with these controls, so it's not also applicable using Selenium. And instant mastery. People think, yeah, I might go attend a training for 3 days or watch some YouTube tutorials for 1 week, and then I will be a master or expertise in Selenium. Actually, if you would like to use Selenium as a tool for test automation, you need to have programming skills, testing skills, technical skills, and also long-term practicing. Yeah, so it's not easy to enhance this tool for one day and a night. Yeah. Another thing, fast feedback about the system under task quality. They are thinking that you might then create so many test cases against the whole or overall system under test, and then you will be able to get a quick feedback and gather all bugs or feedback about the overall quality of the system under test. Let me disappoint you. End-to-end tests may be executed in a slow way and prone to test timeouts. So that might be also another ugly truth here. And actually, unrealistic expectations may be also a longer list, but those are here the most common one. Okay, let's get straight to the point. What are the different risks and challenges that you might face while working with Selenium as a tool for test automation? I'm giving here a scenario or a case. This is here your system under test. It consists of several interfaces. Yeah, desktop applications, web apps, mobile apps. You have also in the back end communication through the APIs or CLIs or command line interfaces with the servers and so on. And you need to cover all of these interfaces and check the quality of all of them. Okay, let's assume then Selenium might be then interact with the system under test as a magician hat. A magician hat is full of surprises, but you never know what will you put out or pull out as a next. Yeah, it might help you in covering some interfaces, but not all of them. And also, moreover, you might face also some risks or challenges while using this tool. Let's see step by step which tool challenges you might face. First of all, you will have a Selenium framework, which will be, regarded as your test automation solution. Let me use this expression because I like it at most, and also I can use it according to the test automation engineer training provided by the International Software Testing Qualification Boards, ISTQB, the advanced level. They are always talking about a test automation solution. So it's not a list of test scripts that you write and execute it against your software under test. Actually, you can regard it as a software, as a solution, including preparing, planning, designing, and everything. Yeah. And let's imagine that the Selenium framework now is your test automation solution. Okay. What are different components that you need to combine among the Selenium framework? Yeah, you need test scripts written in a certain programming language. You need an IDE where you will list all of your test scripts. You need a test framework. Yeah, I may talk here about this idea I told you to keep in mind. PyTest as a test framework should be used, even if Selenium actually is a test automation tool. Why don't you support or offer me a native test automation framework? Why should I count on other external test frameworks like PyTest or GUnit 5 or TestNG or any other test frameworks? So that's here another component that we might need. Also, to interact or to be able to interact with any browser, you need then to download the related WebDriver. Yeah, you need to organize or design for a certain structure for your script files. Yeah, the features, the functions, the test cases, the execution lists. And if you're using high or long list of test data, you need then to count on sheets or data files. Okay, all of these are components needs to be implemented among Selenium framework. What would be then challenges that might face this poor test automation engineer? The first point, you might notice here there's a complex in the setup and the updates. Yeah, browser drivers, version matching, headaches, so many things here needs to be taken into consideration. High need for third-party tools, like I've told you before, PyTest as a test framework to give you the ability to execute test cases and give you back a status, whether they are passed or failed, and what are steps that have been failed, with which error exactly. This here needed or needs a third-party tool. And at the end, it's not a complete test automation solution. It will only cover the web apps interfaces. It wouldn't cover the other interfaces. It's only focusing on the web apps. That wouldn't cover the desktop, mobile apps, the APIs, yeah, the common online interfaces. It wouldn't also support you in testing the performance. Non-functional tests is not supported. It's only focused on functional testing. All right, okay. The learning curve, even if you have here on board so many technical test engineers with strong capabilities, strong skills, now we are facing a challenge how to implement or how to change to the new Selenium 4 to implement everything now, and that's needs a strong learning curve. Yeah, that's overwhelming for both experienced and non-experienced test engineers to learn about the new features of Selenium 4 and to implement them. And since we are talking about implementation of new features, that means we have here high need for maintenance. Yeah, high need for maintenance overall the scripts, and make sure that this maintenance or updates might not have any side effects. Okay, number 6. Yeah, I know Selenium is not only focused on browser testing, but what if you have some hybrid test scenarios that you need to interact with browser mobile interfaces, both of interfaces? Like, let's say certain user is going through the scenario of logging or registration, and he needs then to get back an SMS code to confirm his identity, like during the authentication. So how would you cover this step? Calling the code via SMS and adding it into the next browser steps. Yeah, then we need here to use some special methods or features. Yeah, and you might then, or even if you don't have the ability to do this, you might skip these test scenarios. Okay, by the way, let me give you some hints here out of this topic. All of these sketches that you see here actually have been drawn by our talented team in the SOGT Academy. Yeah, the system under test and the different interfaces here that has been all drawn by our colleagues. And if you may attend any of our trainings, yeah, if you like these sketches, this is the way how we actually hold our trainings. We draw all of these pictograms live during the course if you attend a live course, or also we have it already prepared as a digitalized pictograms while using the collaboration tools where the flip chart is being held in this way. So let me remind you again, so GT Academy is located under this website here, and if you might be interested, you can again scan the QR code on the bottom. Okay, more challenges. Do we have more challenges in Selenium? Yes. Like I told you before, slow test execution. We might have here so many timeouts. And also, Selenium is actually forcing you as a test automation engineer to be a micro builder or an ant programmer, to build every tiny thing by your own self. Yeah, each method, each line, you have to write it by yourself. Comparing to modern tools that are actually in use now, like let me tell you, Playwright. I'm not making here an advertisement Playwright, but actually this is a modern tool in use which is actually doing the same thing like Selenium, but it has some built-in features like auto weighting or tracing. You don't have to build for each step logging or protocol or line that would give you back an information about the step. Yeah, so micro building, you can never run away from this fact here. Exceptions. Also, Selenium gives you or introduces so many exceptions that you need to learn all of them. You might be shocked if you attend any Selenium training. Everybody talks about the steps, how to set up, how to configure, how to locate elements, how to write test scripts, how to take care of the maintainability, but nobody talks about the issues that you might face. Nobody talks about exceptions. Yeah, and you need then to think about all exceptions that you may face. Yeah? Element locating issues, interacting issues, browser and probe driver issues. So for each topic here or category, you have a long list of exceptions that you need to deal with all of them and handle all of them. All right. Okay, do we have solutions? Yes, I have a list of solutions, and may I go through the say here, الوقاية خير من العلاج. This is an old say in Arabic, or out of my culture. I'm coming from Egypt, by the way, and we always say prevention is better than cure. So make sure that everything is well prepared at the whole beginning. Like, think about your requirements, your needs, make analysis for all your requirements, plan for your project before you get started to implement the test scripts, and then you are shocked. You need more time, you need more skills, you need more trainings, and so on. Design for your framework. Build an idea, how should it look like. Implementing and take care of some important things while you are implementing. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about all of these steps in the next slides. Testing, yeah, and deployment, and maintaining. So all of these steps are included among any software development lifecycle for any system under test. Again, regard your Selenium framework as a test automation solution and think about each step while you're building this framework. And for example, during the analysis, evaluate your needs. Think about which interfaces do you need to cover. Think about the focus. Consider the SCTS architecture. Number two, build a test pyramid. Think about the different testing types and testing levels that you need to cover, not to get shocked at the end that Selenium is only focused on functional testing while you have in plan to cover non-functional testing. You need then to think about all of these features here or testing type. Evaluate your tools. Yeah, think about other tools, think out of the box, think about tools that are actually now produced and are being used in market. Think about your use cases. What do you really want to test? What do you really want to cover? Web UI testing or mobile UI, mobile testing or API testing or performance testing, and think about all different tools that we might have. Like if you have already the use case to cover all web UI testing, then think about all different tools. For example, I given here Selenium and Playwright. All right, okay, if you have Selenium and Playwright to compare between of them, think about similarities and key differences, and everyone might have the list of priorities and things to be more covered than the others. Yeah. Number or the next step, planning. Plan for your project. Think about the budget, the timing, the team availability and their skills and expertise. If you need them trainings, the know-how sharing and the practical workshops, the coverage for all different test cases that needs to be automated. Yeah. Design for your Selenium framework. Think about all different methods or design patterns that can be used. Actually, we have in market now so many things here. Like if you count on the test automation engineer training, the advanced level, you have here this architecture, yeah, telling you that each test automation solution needs to cover all of these layers to fulfill the different objectives of test management, project management, configuration management, and all of these layers are consisting of several components. Yeah. And yeah, try to build your architecture and distribute the different components. Another thing during the design, think about the approaches that you might use, like page object model, yeah, okay, invented by Martin Fowler, and how to structure the script files, data-driven tests, keyword-driven tests, model-based tests, and yeah, think what you really want to enhance or cover during your project. Be a team player during the implementation. Think about yourself, even if you're the only one implementing this tool among your project. Think about yourself as a team. Yeah. Avoid hard coding. Follow guidelines for clean code. Follow the standard guidelines for naming conventions. Apply code review or peer review. Save script versions or also follow script templates. Make your whole framework somehow make your framework reusable and understandable, not only for you but also for the other team members. Yeah? Share your knowledge, gather all FAQs or any exceptions and clues, any problems that you have faced. Share your knowledge as much as you can, and use cheat sheets. That's also another idea that we might use also during our courses. The cheat sheet, gather all important methods or standard methods just to avoid having some syntax problems or avoid thinking or searching a lot around certain methods. That gives you here quick help if you need any support, and also all exceptions, and think about their meanings, causes, and how to handle all of them. And also during the test, yeah, test your framework. Make sure it's working exactly like you wanted. Find all different bugs among the functions, the libraries, the script structures, the configurations, and so on. Solve the bugs. Yeah? Focus on critical bugs and their solutions. Execute regression. I'm not talking about regression test against the system under test. Actually, I'm talking about regression against your Selenium framework. Make sure that the updates or solving the bugs might not have side effects on your framework. And also evaluate the pilot. Make sure everything is working correctly. Deployment, incremental rollout. Yeah. Distribute your framework among different machines or among the team members in incremental way, just to avoid the risk of technical issues or time consuming for solving the problem among all machines. And continuous improvement. Yeah, make sure you are up to date, your skills up to date, your functional libraries and test scripts. And I hope I have given you here good solution for everything here, or a quick idea about everything here in Selenium. And people who are still keep using this tool, yeah, good luck. If you might have done some questions here, DB, you might have the ability.
Mariam, thank you so much for that. A lot of good information and a lot of the pros and the challenges in there as well. I'm sure people will digest that and have a lot of questions perhaps after the session. But let's see what we've got for now. What is the future of Selenium in the longer term?
Well, I think if Selenium is keep using the features or forcing data engineers in a micro building way, that might have a longer term, no so much promising future, because modern applications or modern tools for test automation are now giving more easy to use features. So I need advice than people are working on Selenium to keep in mind this point here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Another question. Do you think that AI might help with the challenges and risks of Selenium?
Yeah, of course. AI is mainly counting on texts written in different community forums or published pages. So, um, since Selenium is since long time there, and there are so many inputs from the different users of this tool, so there might be, yeah, a good hand using AI to give us like hints what to do when a certain problem is occurring, how to implement a certain pattern or design model. So AI might help a lot, but if you still face a certain problem with a certain exception or error, maybe AI might not help. You need also your own skills, your own knowledge as a human being to solve this problem. And yeah, AI might also give wrong information. We cannot
Yes.
100% count on it on the whole time.
Yes, absolutely. And let's see if we have some more questions here. You outlined the many challenges of Selenium, and given these difficulties, is it still worth investing time to learn it? Or should testers focus on alternative automation tools instead?
Well, that depends. If you have existing projects right now, which are since many years counting on Selenium, and we are not really planning for on long term to have more automation or to apply more automation approaches, and Selenium is there since long time, so priorities might help here to make the decision. Do we really need to convert to the new tools instead, or simply we need to suffer with the old challenges and risks for all this short time, because sooner or later this project is going to end. And I think if we have a long-term project which is gonna still continue for more than 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, yeah, on long term we might need then to follow the fact one stitch on time better than nine. Yeah. So yeah, it would take so much time, so much effort to turn to the other tools
Yes.
or other modern tools, uh, but it's worthy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, let's see, we've got one last question here. You mentioned Selenium may be an issue with non-functional testing. What alternatives would you suggest for performance security or other non-functional testing needs?
That also depends. Which skills do I have? Which tools? Which features do the other tools in the market are offering me? So, for example, I can tell you so many long lists. Gmeter, for example, as a tool for for performance testing and so on. But it depends which features does this tool offer to me. Which skills do I need to have? Is it with license or not license fees? Yeah, that depends. They'll need then to run a certain comparison or this small table I've executed in my slides.
Yes.
Compare between the different tools and what they can offer you. What do you really need to have? That depends. Yeah. So
Thank you. I think we've come to the end of our session. So thank you very much, Mariam. And just a reminder for people, still pop people questions in and we'll see if we can get some responses for you. And don't forget to go to Mariam's profile page on the A4Q Testing Summit, and you can vote for Best Presentation Speaker. Mariam, thank you. Lots of insight there and lots of food for thought, I think. I say lots of pros, but some challenges, which you've given some good hints there to how to address. So thank you for that. And everyone, please stay tuned for the last little bit of today's summit. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. I've enjoyed it. And if any more questions are coming up, you know how to reach the GT Academy and how to find us back. Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank